ask you too, how were you first discovered? How did the magic and the wonderment of the entertainment industry like nibble on your shoulder and say, ding?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. So funny enough, I was around these kids' age. I was 9 years old the first time I opened up for any show. And then after that, I just continued to go to school. Next thing I know, as an adult, I'm back in the entertainment game. I'm working behind the scenes for Viacom. And that's how I met Justina Valentine on Wildin' Out. I did audience warmer for Wildin' Out starting season 9. Met Justina, and here we are years later. Still connected, still friends. I call her like my sis. She wrote, produced, and directed an amazing Christmas movie, and she let me be a part of it, and I love it. As a script soup and everything, and I got to do, camera time. Yes, lines and all, y'all.
So you have been in several things, right? But recently you guys got to be in something together. Tell us about it.
It's a movie called Forget About Christmas, and it's coming out December 21st. And it's a comedy, and it is so funny. It is.
It's so magical, hilarious, and I mean, we're brother and sister, and I mean, we have some pretty funny stuff. So
I want to know who's older in the movie.
Um,
She's a little older.
I am very old. I'm much older than that little tiny one over there.
Playing Justina's brother in the movie, it reminds me of my family. You know, it's a big table, the 7 fishes. We're all screaming, we're all yelling, but we're all having a good time. That's it.
So tell us a little bit about your role and then about how excited you are to be here.
So my role, I'm a mean girl. I basically, I just like boss him around a little bit. When you think of a mean girl, you be like, okay, so she gotta be rude, she gotta be classy. While filming, I had to like be in like a really mean mode. Like I had to like picture something that made me mad to make me sound rude, because I'm not really a rude person. So it was difficult, but it was easy because I'm mean to my siblings. So it's like, you know what, 1, 2, 3, boom, we're done.
Joining us now is Justina Valentine. Justina.
Donna, how are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, so excited to have you on this show. Lately, I've been doing a lot of different events, especially based around Christmas, and I got to meet some of the cast members on your new film. You must be elated. Tell us about that new project you're doing.
I am so excited to have been able to work with so many talented people. I'm assuming you're talking about Gabrielle and Adrian. They were 2 of the stars in the movie, and they were unbelievable. Their futures are so bright. But the film itself, Donna, is what I believe going to be a classic. It's wildly different from any other Christmas movie that's ever been out, and there is a laundry list of superstars in it, from Teresa Giudice to Nick Cannon, DC Young Fly, Perez Hilton, Vincent Pastore, Vinny G from Jersey Shore. I mean, if I named all the stars in the movie, it would take up the entire interview. So it was just a superstar cast, amazing crew, and we made it happen. And it's definitely going to be the best Christmas ever once this movie drops.
Absolutely. So just forget about it, right? So I grew up in an Italian household as well. But I grew up in the Midwest, so it wasn't as Italian as it is here in New York. And so some of our traditions are there still in St. Louis, like the way we do things, or like how like the baby Jesus doesn't actually get into the manger, like he travels around the house, and the food, the customs, the culture, all the things that we love to do. But you have brought like a fun twist to all of this, right? Like the Wild and Out You has brought a fun twist to the holidays. So what's the premise behind this? Why did you decide to write it?
So we always wanted to do a scene where it was me playing multiple characters. I wanted to get my Tyler Perry, my Eddie Murphy on. And at first we were going to do just a sketch of one of the main scenes in the movie. And then we just built it into, an entire movie where we would have all my real life friends come in and be part of the story. So a lot of my castmates and just celebrity friends, they are playing themselves in the movie, but within like this alternate reality we created where, basically without saying too much, it is a mad dash for me to get ready to host the Feast of the 7 Fishes for my family for the first time, all while being filmed by the network. And all my celebrity friends make a cameo, they make an appearance, and they helped me to bring everything together. It's the movie itself is just it's hectic, it's hilarious, and I think anyone will be able to relate, not just Italians, because I think everyone in some form gets together with their family for the holidays, and we all have crazy families. So I think just the comedy behind it and the very interesting and different way that we, like you said, it's a holiday movie, but we also bring in the twist of all my Wild and Out castmates. It's going to be something that people are going to remember forever. And like I said, I don't think there's anything that's been done like this before. So I cannot wait for the world to see the wild way that we do the seven fishes.
And speaking of like things that haven't been done before, I think part of your success, Justina, is the fact that you are so unique. You know, you're out there, you're rapping, you're doing something, you're dancing. People like you, they follow you. And even when people maybe like back in the day made fun of you or they wouldn't let you in, you made your own path. You made your own way. So I want
Yeah.
to just celebrate
Yeah.
that for you.
Thank you, Donna. I really appreciate that. And yeah, my path to getting here was not an easy one. I had to work extremely hard. I had to hear a million no's before I heard a yes. And I think it's just the belief in myself and knowing that I had what it took and I wasn't going to stop at anything to make my dream come true that, got me to the point that I'm at. And even now that I have this amazing platform and I'm super blessed from Wild and Out and MTV and VH1, I'm still hungry for more. And I'm very appreciative of where I'm at, which is why I keep working just as hard, if not harder, because this movie was definitely the most ambitious thing myself and my team have ever done. It took a ton of work. It was some nights I was sleeping like an hour and a half, just, in between the days because we were, the core crew, we were very hands on. I was preparing my characters while I'm booking flights, booking Ubers, booking hotel rooms, a million hats were worn literally, and not just when I was changing characters. So it was a ton of work, but also a blessing that we were able to pull it off. And the fact it's going to air now on VH1 December 21st is, the best Christmas gift I could ever receive.
And speaking about receiving, what was it like too when you're stepping out in Madison Square Garden, like, and that thunderous applause? Like, how
Yeah.
do you like? How did that moment happen when you just stepped out? What does that feel like for you?
Yeah, I mean, it honestly just feels like all my blood, sweat, and tears and years of work is just coming to fruition. I can't explain the high and the gratitude that I feel when I step onto that stage. And like you said, Madison Square Garden, we sold it out, 20,000 tickets, which is insane. To see that sign outside that says Wildin' Out sold out was like a dream come true. And that's why anytime a supporter, a fan is like, Justina, can I take a picture? I'll never ignore anyone because it really is the fans and the supporters of the show and of me that give me the opportunity to live out my dream. And that's not something I'll ever get used to, meaning I'll just never take it for granted. So I appreciate every opportunity. I appreciate every single fan. I appreciate every person in a position like yourself with an amazing platform to have me come on and speak about my movie. And it's honestly just an attitude of gratitude. So stepping onto that stage, I was so grateful for the love and the support, and it was a feeling like nothing else.
When you're in your car or when you're in that Uber or when you're like on a flight and you've got some downtime, do you sing your own songs? Do you make your own raps? I can just like, do you look in the mirror? Like, where does that inspiration come from? And what is it that you sing to yourself or you sing out loud to yourself when you're like just hanging out?
Yeah, every song is kind of a different situation. When I do my segment called Tea Time with Justina Valentine, which is when I rap the news. That'll be a thing that I'll research either throughout the week or throughout the month, whether I'm in a season where I'm doing it weekly or monthly. And I'll pick a instrumental that's relevant to the rap I'm doing. So like one week there were a lot of stories on J-Lo. So like I did a J-Lo beat. So that's the thing that I'll do as I research and as I go. When it comes to songs, something that's really cool that I should mention, I'm glad you asked, is I also did the soundtrack for the movie. It's self-titled after the movie. The soundtrack is also called Fughetabout Christmas. It drops 12/21, the same day as the movie. And that was a situation where I wanted to make songs that would fit exactly the mood and the vibe that we needed for the scene. So those songs were made very specifically for the movie. And then other times, if it's throughout the year and I'm just writing songs, sometimes an idea will just hit me. And like you said, I might be on the plane, I might be driving somewhere, and I'll just grab my phone and at least make a voice note of like the hook idea or the melody idea I have. And then, I work with a team of super creative and amazing producers, and I can give them an idea or tell them the vibe of what I'm going for, and they can just create a beat from scratch, 1 2 3. So yeah, I'm just blessed to work with a lot of amazing people, and when the music hits me, it's just like the Holy Spirit jumps in my body, and I'll write down the idea so I don't forget it.
Wait a second. So I want to explore that a little bit. So what happens is it just
Yeah.
kind of like show me. Could you show me? Could you explain that? So it just kind of, you said it jumps into your body.
Yeah, so like, okay, I have this one saying that I say all the time, probably to the point where I annoy my whole team. I'll be like, "Are you dumb?" So when they'll ask me a question, me saying "Are you dumb?" is it could mean a plethora of things. It could mean yes, it could mean no. So it all depends, like how I can say it. Like Joan could be like, "Justina, do you want another coffee?" I'll be like, "Are you dumb?" That means yes. And it could be like, are you excited to go do your taxes? I'll be like, "Are you dumb?" That means no. So, it's just one of those things I use a lot. So I actually have a song in the movie called Are You Dumb? And I wanted to tailor it around the movie. So it's a very like Italian sounding beat, like you feel like you hear it like in The Godfather or something. And in the song "Are You Dumb?", that saying that I say all the time drives the hook. So sometimes it'll just be things I say in everyday life. It'll be an idea that just comes to my mind. I could think of a really cool rhyme sometimes and I'll write it down. And like I said, the spirit hits me. I write it down, I leave a voice note, or I just sometimes I go on live and I just do the freestyle from there. So it's always I think my mind just works in rhymes at this point. I'll play even a compound rhyme game, like, with my crew, where I'll start off, I'll say a line, and then everyone has to go around and and do another rhyme, and it has to be exact. So if
Ooh.
I was like, I'm here chilling with Donna Drake. So if you went next, you would have to say something like, "It's a celebration. I'll eat a lot of cake." Because every syllable has to rhyme. So Donna Drake, Lada cake. You know? I keep it real. There's nada fake. So it's like you have to keep going. And if someone messes up even one syllable, I kick them out.
Got it. So it would be something like, "It's not a mistake, and the presents we will take." And you just kind of keep going.
Let's go. This honestly, for your first round, Donna, impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
For your first
Okay.
round, pretty good. Yes.
You're not going to fire me. A couple of the sayings that
No,
come
you're
to
not.
me.
You're not fired.
I love that. A couple of things I always love to say is I love to say to people, "Happy journey," because I really mean that. Or I'll say, "It's raining greatness every day." It's a celebration of life. Like, same thing. Like, I'm so
Yes.
grateful, just like you are. I think about where I grew up. I think about the grade school that I went to. Have you been to visit like your old schools and things like that? And what is the response from your teachers or kids that or people that knew you back when?
Yeah, I'm always doing things like in my community to give back. This year we were actually supposed to do something for the Christmas holiday, but I ended up being out of town. But I'd love to give back, especially when it comes to the kids, the elderly, and the animals. Not too long ago, I did um an event at it was a old people's home, and we did like a karaoke night, or I'll do a lot of stuff with the animals around the way. So I think when I see people that just haven't seen me in a long time, I think I think most people are, just happy for you because they just know your personality and your, tenacity that it took you to get where you're at. So
Yeah.
I think people are just happy for you. And when you give back, I think that's a really important thing to do. Like I always told myself when I got in a position where I had a platform and had a large social media following, that like my number one cause was always going to be dogs. I'm an animal lover, but specifically dogs. And I feel like, animals just don't have a voice. We are their voice. And I just really, really love dogs. So I'm super involved with a lot of dog organizations, NYCSR, Rescue Dogs Rock. And, I'll do different events where I do like lives and I'll donate the live to them, or I'm just always posting things on my story, trying to get dogs either fostered or, rescued from their situation. So I think a big part of, accomplishing your goals is also giving back. So that's definitely something that, I try to always keep as like, a goal of mine that I keep to the forefront. And I have plans of more things I'll be doing in 2023. And a dream of mine is to one day open up my own rescue in the tri-state. So we'll see. Hopefully by the next time I'm talking to you, I'll be talking about the name of my rescue.
Justina, I definitely would, and I would love to have you back on to celebrate that with you. So it was nice to spend this time together. And December 21, you can't miss it, right?
Yeah.
So just forget about Christmas. I'm happy for you. Genuinely, so excited for you.
You are so sweet. I can't thank you enough for having me. And I have to tell you, your set, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, this is fire. I love the set, the couch, the whole ambiance, the coloring, the purplish blue, fire.
Coming from you, I take that so like heartfully. Thank you. The television is actually the TV that I grew up watching. That's like my zenith that I grew up with. And
Love that.
a lot of it also came from different charitable organizations, like the big gigantic window came from Habitat for Humanity. Like the brick, I designed this whole thing. So I thank you. The sofa at first, Justina, I thought like, okay, the tiger stripes I thought were like a little too wild for me, but I love it because on camera it looks like water.
I love it.
Right? So it's my own little way of being a little wild and out.
There you go. Come on, Donna, get wild with it. Well, thank you so much for having me. I hope you have an amazing holiday season. Thank you for talking about the film. Make sure you guys tune in December 21st. Forget about Christmas. And thank you for everything, Donna.
You're welcome. I'll see you soon, my friend. Happy journeys to you. Be well. Well, everybody, that was our visit with Justina Valentine. That's right. Don't miss her show. It's going to be on VH1. It is Forget About It Christmas. Also the soundtrack. I mean, who knew that she wrote all those songs? It makes sense to me. Thanks for watching.